Welcome back to the Eforge Podcast, where kingdom entrepreneurs are forged into high-impact leaders and legacies are built one decision at a time. Look, I'm your host, Cory Long, business coach, speaker, and founder of the Eforge. And today we're diving into something that's exploding right now across the internet, AI-powered search. Most entrepreneurs don't realize it yet, but the way people find businesses, leaders, brands online, it's already changed, and it's happening faster than you think. Let me hit you with this truth bomb. If you're not showing up in AI search results, whether it's Google's AI overview, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, you name it, Claude, just pick one, you don't exist in the new search economy. That's not a fear, that's fact. And I don't say that to intimidate you. I say it because I want you to lead, not lag. I want you to be the person AI shows when your ideal customer asks, who's the best coach? Who's the best consultant? Who's the best contractor? Who's the best doctor? Who's the best lawyer? Who's the best realtor? Who's the best? It doesn't matter what it is. Who's the best whatever near me or in this city? Or how do I solve this issue that I have in my business or with my health or with this particular thing in my house? Or how do I get this fixed in my house? Those are all questions that AI search now is answering very differently than what it used to with Google. So here's what's happening behind the scenes. Google's rolling out AI overviews in search that summarizes content and only shows just a few sources. So if you're not included, you're basically invisible. So when somebody searches for something specific and they're going to look for a specific question or a specific piece of content or whatever it might be, and AI pulls that overview, if you're not shown as a source in that top, maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 people that actually pulls into that AI overview, sometimes it's just one. You're invisible. You're not showing up for whatever it is that you do right now online, in your business, in your marketplace. It's not just about ranking for a Google business profile anymore. It's not just about having your website show up at the top anymore. It's not just about having some social media online anymore. It's not just about having a YouTube channel or a LinkedIn profile anymore. It's about creating something that's much bigger. ChatGPT now has a default web browser, meaning more people are going to be searching directly into that. AI, we know, is already infiltrating pretty much every piece of software that you're probably on a daily basis. Google even has it now to where you can just go in and start searching and dig deeper with AI. Look, people are skipping websites, they're skipping GBPs, they're skipping a bunch of this other and going to more of a conversational answer. So it's not like it used to be. These systems aren't just looking for keywords like they used to. So if I typed in something like, I'm trying to find a home contractor near me, or I'm trying to find somebody like best concrete contractor near me, or best restaurant near me, or best doctor for XYZ near me, right? Those answers are changing drastically right now because what AI looks for is very different. It's not just about a keyword. It's about authority. It's about context. It's about clarity, and it's about credibility. If your content doesn't clearly say who you are and what you do and why you matter in the marketplace, it's going to get skipped. It's not going to show at all at the top of that. So what this means for entrepreneurs like you is literally as a small business owner, as a content creator, as maybe a professional in your space, it means that you need to start thinking more like a media company, not just a marketer. It means that your brand, your name, and the positioning that you have online, it's going to need to be clear, concise, build authority, build trust, and it needs to be indexed or be findable by AI. If it's not findable by these AI engines, you're never going to show up. Here's the good news. If you get this right now, if you start doing this right now, you can dominate for months or even years to come while everybody else is playing catch up. Look, I've been working with business owners across multiple industries, everybody from coaches to agencies, clinics, service pros, CFOs, tax planners, CPAs, doctors, attorneys, you name it. Here's what I've seen. When we shift their content to AI search, in addition to what we would traditionally do for just typical SEO to rank in Google, they start showing up across these conversations. Look, my own articles are starting to show up across ChatGPT, not only for just my name, but for businesses that I own, because I own multiple different kinds of businesses. I own an epoxy company and I own a couple of training businesses, and I've written a couple of books, and I've done podcasts, and I do this Eforge podcast, and I have all of these other pieces of content that are out there. They're now starting to get pulled into AI. It's amazing what you can do when you have those things ready. So I'll give you an example. We have one client that he really wanted to start showing up in other things, because right now he had websites, he had all of the things, social media, he had all those things, but he was not showing up in a big scale at all across AI. We started working with him quite a few months ago. We got his knowledge panel up. We started to build out additional articles, and we started to do press releases, and we started to do some podcasts with him, and we started to do videos for him and all these different things. And here he is, we're sitting there chatting one day, and he goes, last night I'm sitting there scrolling through my phone, and all of a sudden I see this guy that I know on Google and on AI. And it's one of his videos that's playing now, that's popping up on his phone, not because he's on something specific, but because we've started to get it to rank. He had one of his clients actually reach out to him this last week and say, hey, I didn't know if you noticed this or not, or if you've seen this or not, but you actually are ranking for one of the best in this specific thing that you do. I think it was tax planning nationally, like across chat. And he was going, no, I hadn't seen that. Can you send me a screenshot of that? That's the power of what you can do when you set a conversational tone and you start to create the kind of content that AI wants. It creates something that's not just about a website anymore, or not just about social media anymore, or not just about one or two things. It's about authority signals. It's about content structure. It's about scaling it across a broad range of different things to build trust and to build credibility. You're going to need to do these things to make sure that you can actually rank and show up online for whatever it is that you do. So I'm going to give you 4 moves that you can make right now, things you can do right now. So get your pen out, right? Start writing these down. You'll be able to go back and rewatch this or write them down now. If you want to win in this new search world, yes, you still need to be doing the things that you've always done. You still need to be doing a Google business profile, and you still need to be doing citations and backlinks and content and a website, and you still need to be doing social media and YouTube and all those things. You need to do all those things. But here's what I would ask you to do right now. I just go to whatever your favorite AI is, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it's Claude or Perplexity, Gemini, or something else. Pick one, doesn't matter. I want you to ask it about you. So I want you to ask it, who is, insert your name or your brand or your company, and just see what shows up. See what even shows up. Are you even showing up at all? Is any of your actual content, is your name, brand, or information showing up at all inside? Or is AI just kind of having to hodgepodge and pick a little bit here and there? Or does it even know who you are? Or is it picking up other people because it's not even sure who you are? There's so many Cory Longs out there that I was shocked. I was shocked there was so many people with my exact same name, spelling, and everything. So I had to go out and take control of my identity online, my information online. And now I have a knowledge panel, and I have all of this other information out there that all pulls in and shows AI exactly who I am. Once you see what it's showing, then I want you to go out and I want you to make sure that you've claimed everything. So number 1 is ask it, who do you think I am? Like, who is Cory Long online, right? So who is whatever your name, brand, or business is. Then I want you to go out and I want you to make sure that you've actually claimed the main pieces of those puzzles. So I'm going to give you a few today. I'm going to give you a couple of golden nuggets today. A little inside, behind the curtain, Wizard of Oz kind of stuff. So normal stuff, right? We want to do all the normals. We want to do a website. We want to do a good Google business profile. We want to make sure that we have our social media set up. And that would include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X. That would also include LinkedIn. Highly suggest you get on LinkedIn. I'm going to give you a couple of other ones. Make sure that you do YouTube also for your brand, business, or name. Also, make sure that you have an About Me setup. If you haven't set up an About Me page, it's free. You can go out and set one up right now. You literally could get off of this podcast and immediately go set one up, and it's going to help to get more information. I don't know why, but it just pulls information off of About Me pages for whatever reason. I would also highly suggest you going and setting up something where you can write articles. So LinkedIn articles work really well. I don't know if you've done a post on YouTube lately, but YouTube actually has post feature now where you can actually post something on YouTube. But I would also go out and find something like Medium. Medium's one of the software programs out there that AI likes to pull from, and drop some articles about you, about your brand, about your business. AI pulls from these platforms. So we want to get it out there, and we want to get it in a major way out there. As you're doing that, here's what number 3 would be. I want you to create 3 pieces of content. So we've gone out and we've searched who we are on one of these platforms. Then we went out and we said, okay, we want to make sure we claim everything that belongs to our brand name, whatever it is that you're trying to rank your business. Now I want you to create 3 pieces of content. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to go answer your audience's top questions. So I want you to think about, okay, if I was looking for, whatever it is that you do, right? So let's say it's a contractor online, and somebody's out there looking for something very specific, like I own an epoxy flooring company. So if somebody's out there looking for epoxy flooring in that area or that market share that you're wanting to go after, you could actually go into Google and you could type in something specific. What's the best garage epoxy in my area? Or what's the best epoxy for my garage? That's a very different question. Then what I want you to do is I want you to scroll down and I want you to look at people also search. There's all kinds of ways to do this, but see, you know how whenever you start to search for something, it drops down a drop down, usually in Google, that has a whole bunch of other questions? I would pay attention to those. Those could be one of the top questions. I would also look down below that, and you know how it has that 1, 2, or 3, sometimes it has up to 3 little questions and answers where you can hit and do a drop down below that, and you can actually read the answers. That's what people also asked. So what would be a good thing for you to answer? Probably what they're already asking, right? About your niche and your market. Find 3 of those and go write an article about them. Write an article specifically about it. So if I was going to do it for my epoxy company and I was going to, maybe somebody's looking for like, what's the best epoxy for their garage? Well, I'm going to write a whole article. I'm going to write a whole bunch of words about what kind of epoxy needs to be used in the garage. I know from our own experiences that you want to do a polyaspartic. The reason you want to do a polyaspartic is because it's actually built to flex. So when you drive a car over it and it puts all that pressure on it, it doesn't seem like it does, but it actually flexes underneath the car. So it won't chip, it won't crack, it won't do any of those things because it's a polyaspartic designed to do that. Now I know that, so I'm going to write an article about it. So I'm going to ask the question and I'm going to answer the question in the article. And then I'm going to go place that article all over the place. I'm going to put it on my LinkedIn, and I'm going to put it on my social media, and I'm going to put it on YouTube, and I'm going to put it on whatever else I have, Medium or whatever else that I've set up. Might even write some GBP posts about it. Once I do that and I start getting a bunch of information out there online, then what I basically want to do is I want to turn this thing up. I want to throw a little gasoline on the fire. So this is number 4. You're going to use something like my AI authority engine, which, by the way, I'll give you the way to get that here in a little bit. I'll just send it to you for free. I'll send you a PDF of it so that you can actually see how it works. I'll just send that to you at the end of this podcast. So make sure you stay and I'll tell you how to get that. Basically, you're going to use this AI authority engine to crank this thing up. You're going to use it to build authority. It's going to be faster and it's going to be done the right way. So that over time, you start to actually get picked up by AI, you get picked up by Google, you picked up by all these different platforms so that you start to show. It's going to be very important for you to start to do these things. If you don't start to do them now, you're going to be playing catch up later. AI is shifting the game. More and more and more people are starting to actually use it. Now, it's only taking a very small amount of the results directly into AI, meaning that there's only, I've heard up to 6% of all searches are done on ChatGPT right now, for instance. Don't know how true or accurate that is, but that's just what I've heard. So let's say it's 6%. That doesn't sound like much, but we're talking billions of searches a month. Billions. So if you want eyeballs on whatever it is that you're doing, whatever the product, service, whatever the thing is that you're doing, you want to make sure that you have that content out there. So this isn't just about rankings. It's about influence. It's about multiplication. Guys, this is about a kingdom mindset that's much bigger than just doing one thing. So we've got a chance right now to build a digital legacy, which, by the way, we haven't even talked about this, but this would be great if you're involved in a ministry, a nonprofit, the church that you're involved in, to do this for your church, because it's going to get pulled into AI. And then you could show up for the ministries, the nonprofit, whatever it is. So for instance, right now I'm on the board of a nonprofit that helps women that have addictions. They bring them into a home. We've actually got a home in Southern Illinois where they can go live for a year and they learn skills. They live there out on this beautiful country land where they get basically taught and prayed about and loved on every day. As that year goes on, they start to learn skills and they start to learn abilities and they start to learn maybe even a new way to make income and all kinds of things. We need to get those types of things out there into AI so that if somebody is looking for help, if a woman's out there looking for help because she's addicted to meth or alcohol or whatever it may be, then she could find that. It may not be that it's through chat, but it may be that it's a Google AI overview. If they're looking for the best place to send their family member, let's say it's a family member looking for their daughter or their sister or whatever, I would want our particular facility, the St. Louis Rise Recovery, right? Rise Recovery, that's what I would want to show up. And if Rise Recovery of St. Louis doesn't show up, then we're missing out on helping that particular young lady. That's important to me. So those are things that you want to make sure that you're doing. So we've got a chance right now to build this digital legacy that reflects truth, that serves people, and that outlasts trends, because this is where things are moving. If you start now, you're going to start laying the foundation and the framework to be able to do this. So don't waste this opportunity by staying invisible. Look, this has been a big topic. There's way more to this. I actually taught, probably have spent about 3 to 3.5 hours now already teaching my specific Eforge accelerator group that I have. I've been teaching them about AI search, teaching them exactly how to go out and rank in it, how to dominate it, how to show it for themselves, for their clients, whatever it is that they're doing across all of these different AI platforms and Google and AI overviews, all of it. So this is a huge topic. So if this helped you, would you do me a favor? Would you subscribe to this podcast? Would you leave a review? And would you share this with someone that you know that might need this? A business owner, a professional, a coach, whatever it may be, a doctor, a lawyer, an optometrist, a dentist, right? A contractor. It doesn't matter. A realtor, a mortgage broker. They're all going to need to start utilizing these tools. If they don't start utilizing these tools now, they're going to get lost. And they're not going to show up, and they're going to wonder why their phones have dried up, their emails aren't showing anyone anymore, and things have started to slow down. They need to learn this process. So share this with somebody, tag somebody in this post, whether this is through the podcast, share it with them, or maybe on our YouTube channel, make sure that you do that, or you can find me. Look, if you want help with this, like I told you before, here's how you're going to get it. I actually built an AI authority engine PDF that I'll just send you. It gives you an outline of things that you need to be doing right now so that you're creating the content that's actually going to show and rank on AI. Look, go to my Instagram at the real Cory Long. You can see that actually, well, let me point over here. You can see that actually in the bottom of my screen here. We'll have it on the other in the descriptions. But at the real Cory Long, go to my Instagram and just DM me AI authority engine, and we'll send it to you. We'll just send it to you. Guys, that's what this is about. I want to make sure that you're starting to show. And that's what today's podcast is about. Hopefully you've learned something today that helps you to start moving forward. Here's the thing though. If you don't go do the thing that I am sharing with you today, it's not going to work. If you want done for you, reach out to me. This is something my agency does. It's something we've been doing for 10 plus years now, helping businesses, professionals to show up online. That's what we do. So reach out to me. DM me through at the real Cory Long, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you're seeing this or listening to this. Next Thursday, I'm going to have another guest on, so make sure that you tune in. And until then, keep building, stay faithful, and remember, this is the Forge, where leaders are made and legacies are built.